Have you ever noticed how some people seem to spark envy wherever they go? Gemini is the zodiac sign that most embodies this phenomenon. There's something magnetic, almost electric about them. A brilliance, a glow that can't be ignored. No matter where they are, people take notice. Some are captivated, others secretly resentful. Gemini is the sign of duality, intelligence, and adaptability. They move between extremes with astonishing ease. But what exactly stirs such strong reactions in others? Is it merely their ability to stand out, or is there something deeper, something that challenges the very way others perceive themselves? Before we dive deeper, take a moment to reflect. Do you know someone who's a Gemini? A friend, a relative, or maybe it's you? Think about how this person makes you feel. Inspired, intrigued, or maybe even a bit shaken. That's not a coincidence. Gemini has a way of stirring something in people. If you've ever felt misunderstood for being too bright, too different, or too free, this video might just hold a mirror to your soul. And if you're new here, take a second to subscribe to Signs and Secrets for more content that speaks directly to who you are. Geminis don't just walk into a room. They shift the atmosphere. People either lean in or shrink back. It's this polarizing effect that leads to admiration and, yes, sometimes envy. Today, we'll explore the 15 main reasons why Gemini often becomes the center of attention and the target of misunderstood judgments. Each trait we unveil will not only deepen your understanding of this sign, but might also awaken something within you. Now, let's begin with the first reason: natural charisma. A Gemini doesn't try to be noticed, they simply are. Like a spark in the dark, their presence is magnetic. They charm without effort, draw people in without needing to raise their voice. And that kind of effortless allure, it stirs something in others, either admiration or discomfort. Reason 2, persuasive communication. Talking to a Gemini is like being pulled into a whirlpool of words, engaging, sharp, and endlessly fascinating. They know how to say the right thing at the right time, and their eloquence often feels like a superpower. Those who struggle to express themselves clearly often envy that gift. Reason 3, sharp intelligence. A Gemini mind is always moving, fast, curious, analytical. They don't just gather knowledge, they synthesize it. Their ability to see patterns and understand concepts quickly makes them natural problem solvers and visionary thinkers. It's hard not to notice someone whose brain moves like lightning. Reason 4, adaptability. While others cling to comfort zones, Gemini thrives in the unfamiliar. They dance with change instead of fearing it. This flexible nature allows them to reinvent themselves effortlessly. To many, this is both enviable and intimidating. Reason 5, unlimited creativity. Gemini's imagination knows no bounds. They see possibilities others overlook and bring them to life in the most surprising ways. Whether through art, innovation, or everyday problem solving, their creativity is a constant force.
Reason 6, infectious energy. Being around a Gemini is like plugging into a source of light. Their energy lifts people, motivates them, and makes life feel full of potential. It's an energy that can't be taught, only felt. If you've ever been energized just by someone's presence, you know the feeling. Reason 7, insatiable curiosity. Geminis are eternal students of life, always reading, questioning, exploring. Their hunger for knowledge makes them multidimensional, fascinating, and difficult to predict. It's no wonder others wish they had that same fire inside. Reason 8, professional versatility. In the workplace, Gemini shine in various roles. Their quick learning and adaptability allow them to handle multiple responsibilities and do it well. That level of competence and flexibility often makes others feel left behind. Reason 9, powerful connections. Geminis are masters of connection. They make people feel seen, heard, and valued. Their ability to build meaningful relationships, whether with strangers or close friends, is one of their greatest strengths. And when people witness that, envy isn't far behind. Reason 10. Resilience. Life doesn't break a Gemini. Challenges only sharpen them. They bounce back with new ideas, stronger insights, and a deeper sense of self. Watching someone rise like that again and again can be incredibly inspiring or painfully intimidating. If you're feeling inspired by what you've heard so far, now is a good time to give this video a like. Your support helps Signs and Secrets continue creating content that speaks to your soul. Reason 11. Irresistible spontaneity. With Gemini, life is an adventure. They bring unpredictability that makes the ordinary feel magical. Living in the moment isn't just a philosophy for them, it's a way of being. Reason 13. Emotional independence. While Geminis are incredibly social, they don't rely on others for emotional validation. They know how to find peace within themselves, and that self-sufficiency often bewilders those who feel emotionally dependent. Reason 14. Courage to change. If something's not working, Gemini doesn't wait, they move. They leave, shift, transform. Their courage to start over, to choose a new path, is something many people admire but are too afraid to practice. Reason 14. Radiant authenticity. Geminis don't pretend. They embrace their contradictions, their complexities, and show up exactly as they are. This honesty can be jarring in a world that often rewards conformity. Reason 15. Contagious inspiration. To be near a Gemini is to be reminded of your own power. They reflect the dreams you've forgotten and challenge you to think bigger, love deeper, and live bolder. Which of these qualities spoke most to you? Share in the comments below. Maybe it's a trait you recognize in yourself or in someone close to you. Write "Today I can" if you've ever felt inspired to embrace your true nature. Now that we've explored these 15 powerful reasons why a Gemini draws both admiration and envy, let's go deeper. This sign is not just fascinating, it's transformational. Understanding Gemini means more than knowing their traits. It means unlocking the lessons hidden in their nature.
Geminis teach us that life is not meant to be static. Their constant motion, intellectual curiosity, and emotional bravery show us that evolving isn't just natural, it's necessary. While others fear change, Gemini dances with it. They remind us that holding on too tightly to the familiar can actually hold us back from who we're meant to become. Think about the times you tried to fit into spaces that weren't made for you. How often did you silence your voice just to make others comfortable? Gemini doesn't do that. They step into their truth, even when it's uncomfortable. And in doing so, they light the way for others to do the same. If you haven't subscribed yet to Signs and Secrets, now is the time. These insights aren't just about astrology. They're about discovering your own rhythm in life. Every video is crafted to guide your journey inward, to bring light to what you already carry within. Let's also take a moment to talk about something that often goes unnoticed: Gemini's emotional complexity. People often mistake their quick wit and adaptability as superficial, but beneath that fluid surface lies a deep well of sensitivity and inner conflict. They feel everything deeply, but they've mastered the art of flowing through it without drowning. They know that emotions are not enemies, but teachers. Every feeling is a signal, a guide, and Gemini listens, then transforms. They don't get stuck in pain or regret. They move forward, integrating the lesson, never losing momentum. It's a skill many admire, but few possess. Have you ever wished you could move on more quickly, let go more easily? That's one of the many reasons people are drawn to Gemini. They do what others struggle with. They release, they adapt, they begin again.
Another layer to their brilliance is how they interact socially. Geminis are often the bridge between people. They can speak many languages, not just literal ones, but emotional and energetic ones too. They know how to tune into a room and adjust, not by faking it, but by finding resonance. This social fluency makes them magnetic in groups and unforgettable in one-on-one moments. That's why they rarely go unnoticed. Even if you've only met a Gemini once, they often leave a mark, like a song that keeps playing in your head long after it's ended. Let's not forget the strength that lies in their contradictions. Gemini can be both loud and quiet, outgoing and introspective, confident and uncertain, all in the same breath. And that's not a flaw. That's the beauty of their duality. They live with the full spectrum of who they are, and they don't apologize for it. We live in a world that often demands clarity, labels, and fixed identities. But Gemini reminds us that we are fluid beings, ever-changing, evolving, and multifaceted. They give us permission to be more than one thing, to rewrite ourselves, to defy expectations. Think about it. When was the last time you allowed yourself to be everything you are, without editing for others? That's the kind of freedom Gemini represents. And maybe that's why some people envy them, because Gemini lives the truth that others are still afraid to face.
Their energy challenges us, not because they intend to, but because their authenticity highlights where we're still holding back. They become mirrors, showing us our untapped potential, our unspoken desires, our hidden truths. It's in their presence that others often begin to question the roles they've been playing in life. Are you living for yourself or for someone else's idea of who you should be? Gemini doesn't wait for permission. They reinvent, they evolve. They choose again and again to be real, even when it's messy. That courage is rare, and it shines. Leave a comment if you've ever felt misunderstood just for being multifaceted. If you've ever been told you're too much or not consistent enough, know that Gemini's very nature proves that consistency is overrated. Life is meant to move, shift, surprise. And if any of this feels familiar, it's because that Gemini energy lives in all of us somewhere. Whether in your birth chart or your hidden self, that spark is there. Maybe today is the day you let it burn brighter. Let's continue. There's something powerful about the way Geminis navigate the world, like they're always one step ahead, sensing the next move before anyone else. Their perception is razor sharp. They read the room, the energy, the silence between words. They don't just listen, they absorb. That awareness makes them excellent communicators, but also deeply intuitive beings. They may come off as logical or analytical, but don't be fooled. Gemini feels everything. They sense shifts, moods, unspoken tension. They can spot dishonesty before a word is spoken. It's that mix of intellect and intuition that keeps others both intrigued and slightly unsettled. They know when to engage, when to pull back, and when to completely vanish. And that disappearing act? It's not coldness, it's protection. It's knowing when their energy is being drained and choosing peace over pleasing. Have you ever felt like you had to constantly explain yourself to others, like being multifaceted was somehow wrong? Geminis don't explain, they express. And that difference is where their power lives. If any of this resonates with your own journey, don't forget to hit the like button. Let the universe know you're honoring your own complexity and help Science and Secrets keep sharing messages that matter. Geminis also understand something that most people struggle with: detachment.
Not the cold kind, but the wise kind. They know how to let go when necessary, how to move forward without resentment. They understand that not everything is meant to stay, and not everyone is meant to understand them. This ability to release is why they're so free. Free to start again, free to explore, free to fail and rise. While others cling to what no longer serves, Gemini breaks the chain and flies. There's something rebellious in their spirit, but not in a destructive way. It's a quiet rebellion, a refusal to be confined, a constant push for evolution. They don't follow paths, they carve them. That's why Gemini is so often misunderstood, because the world doesn't always know what to do with someone who refuses to be one thing. Someone who is both shadow and light, logic and emotion, freedom and focus. But what if we learned from them instead of fearing them? What if we stopped labeling people as too much and started seeing them as mirrors of what we've suppressed within ourselves? Gemini teaches us that duality is not confusion, it's truth. We are not meant to be singular, we are layered. And the more we embrace those layers, the more alive we become. So, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, where have I been hiding my light to fit into someone else's mold? Where have I silenced parts of myself to seem easier, calmer, more acceptable? Let this be the moment you reclaim your full self. Because Gemini doesn't dim to be loved, they shine to be free. And in doing so, they give others permission to do the same. If you've made it this far in the video, know this isn't just about astrology, it's about you. It's about stepping into your truth with courage and clarity. It's about knowing that you don't have to choose between your many sides. You were never meant to be just one thing. Write in the comments which part of Gemini's nature lives inside you. Share what you're ready to reclaim today, even if it's just the words, "Today I can." That declaration can be the spark that ignites your next chapter. And if you're not already part of our growing community here at Signs and Secrets, subscribe now. There's so much more waiting for you. More signs, more truths, more insights that will help you navigate life with depth and power. Remember, you don't need to be a Gemini to be inspired by their essence. You just need to be willing to embrace your own contradictions and let them lead you home. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. Someone who's been trying too hard to be one version of themselves. Let them know it's okay to be everything you are. And as always, keep shining, keep evolving, keep questioning everything that asks you to be less. Because your authenticity is not a flaw, it's your superpower. Thank you for watching Signs and Secrets. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, walk boldly in your truth, and never let anyone dim the brilliance you were born to share with the world.